Hey, beautiful people, welcome to episode 170 of Credit 101. In this episode, we're going to talk about how you guys can get creditors to consider your spouse's credit history. So if your spouse has a good credit and you want to actually get access to it, or you want to be able to have all of that added to your credit report, or you just want to get approved for something and you want them to consider that, then I'm going to talk about what you need to do. So the first thing is, I want you guys to just apply for joint accounts. If you apply for a joint account with your spouse, they're going to have to consider their history. So if you want to consider a history, just apply for joint accounts. Also, get added as an authorized user on some of their credit cards, because their good history is going to go on your credit reports, which means they're technically considering that because it's technically theirs. They worked for it. So think about that, or ask your spouse to co-sign on a loan for you. That can help you because they're going to consider their credit. And just make sure that if you want to make sure that they are considered, or you like, I don't know if they're going to consider it, don't think too hard about it. But if you put their information on your application, a lot of times, double check with the company. A lot of times, if you put their information on there, they're going to check, especially if you put that as your spouse. So if you put it on there, that means that you want them to actually consider it. Okay. And just understand, if you put their information on there, they probably gonna get a hard pull and all those things too. But those are four different things that you guys can think about to make sure that your spouse's information is going to be considered, their credit history is going to be considered. In the next episode, we're going to talk about what we don't want them to consider. Like, don't look at all. We're going to talk about that in episode 171. Hey, beautiful people, it's Rickita. I'm back with another video. In this video, we're going to talk about how you guys can get the creditors to disregard your spouse's credit history. I have to do this before, and what I have to do is very, very simple in a way, and it's literally just ask. So ask the creditor, is there a way I can get this loan without my spouse's credit history being considered? Certain loans, you don't even need to put them on there because you got individual loans and you have joint loans. So you can always just ask them, can they not consider it? If there's something that's on their credit report, you can ask them to not consider that specific thing. They're going to only say yes or no. And again, if you have the option to do individual account, don't go ahead and do the individual account. When you do a joint account, that means you're actually adding your spouse on. You're saying, yes, we're going to do this together. So if it's just an individual account, you don't want the information to be included, all you have to do is just get an individual account. And if you guys do not want your spouse's information to start mixing with yours, where you guys are going to start having a lot of each other accounts on each other's credit reports, then don't add your spouse on as an authorized user. And also, because we already talked about not just doing a credit card with them, so don't add them on as an authorized user, and then you can avoid them actually having accounts being tied with yours. Because if you're not doing joint and you're not doing authorized user, it's really no way that a lot of those accounts are going to be on each other credit reports, and you can avoid them not even looking at those accounts too if you don't do those two things. But I hope that this is helpful. If you guys have any questions, definitely let me know.